Hi, it's Will from StormTheCastle.com, and here on YouTube you know me as what? Epic Fantasy. And this is my latest tutorial. This is a Game of Thrones project, how to make the Dragon Glass Dagger, right? It's obsidian, and it's like rough hewn, and this is kind of different. This isn't a clay or anything like that. I use a product for this called Insta-Morph. Really amazing stuff. I'll show you how to do it. It's really easy to use. You put it in hot water, 140 degrees, and then you can shape it. And then when it cools, it's hard as plastic. So, kind of cool project. Thanks for watching my videos. If you're a subscriber, thanks for subscribing. If you're not, hit that button. Dioramas, origami, catapults, and trebuchets, telescopes, terrariums, bonsai trees, and paper games, swords and shields, and real blacksmithing, model rockets, animation. I teach the art of real creation. StormTheCastle.com. Let's make something. Alright, the first thing we do is almost always is we do a few drawings to get the object that you want. And in this case, it's the Dragon Glass Dagger. So, and I did actually a few drawings until I got it the shape and the size I want. Do the actual size of the object you want. That way you can, as you're shaping the plastic, the Insta-Morph, you can compare it to the drawing. So now let's work with the Insta-Morph. Alright, it's beads like this. And this one container is plenty. And I also used their dye they have. They sell different dyes. It's little pellets, and we're going to use the black. So let's heat up some water to 140 degrees, which actually isn't very hot. And I find that it's got a range on this. I was working anywhere from 140 to 160. It seemed to be fine. Pour your Insta-Morph in there and add some dye pellets. And I actually added more dye pellets later because I didn't know how many to use. So we've got a lot of leeway with this. Now you'll see the pellets go transparent. When they're transparent like that, they almost look like snow crystals. Look at how soft that is. It all clumps together. You can take it out, and within seconds, you can start working it because it's only 140 degrees. See? So let me start to get a rough shape. And the first thing we want to do is get the right amount of plastic because this is clearly too much for the dagger. So I started bringing it to shape to get it into a rough shape. And the important thing here is with this material, you can heat it as many times as you want. It doesn't, it isn't set. You can reheat it, mold it some more, reheat it, mold it some more, as many times as you want. For this project, I think I reheated it 5 or 6 times. So reheat it, work it some more, shape it, get it to the right shape. And at this point, I've got it pretty close, and you can just cut off any excess. So now I've got about the right amount of plastic for the dagger. And then I can go ahead and work it from there. And I can see I need more black dye, so I heated it again and I added more black dye. And then started to work that dye in like that. See it? So a couple of heatings like that, and you can just work that dye until it's homogeneous. See, and you'll see in a second here. It spreads. The dye is actually pretty potent. So there you go. Now we have some nice obsidian or dragon glass. So from here, just sculpt it into the shape you want. In the case, our dagger. All right, pretty easy to do with your hands. And then to add the tooling marks, like it was cut by hand with rocks or something, I used a butter knife just to add those nice flaky chipping kind of thing. And that's it. Easy enough. It's still soft. You can still heat it. And then it hardens, it dries, it cools and dries very hard like plastic. So fun project, fun material, easy to work with, costs like $10 to $15, and then and that's it. You can do all kinds of stuff with this. So for our dagger, I wrap it with some twine here, and we're done. And then glue the twine in place so it holds strongly. You have made a Dragon Glass Dagger from Game of Thrones. Nice, I like it. Thanks for watching that video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're a subscriber, thanks for subscribing to my channel. If you're not a subscriber, hit that button. I always have lots of fun and interesting and very creative projects. I do 2 new ones every week. As an example, here's a couple more videos you might want to watch.